Virgo, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Virgo, in today's reading, I'm going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards, going to do a reading and then clarify it. So let us get started. I hope you guys are doing good. Let's see what your reading says. Okay, take what resonates with you, Virgo, and leave the rest. This is going to be for Virgo. Alright, Virgo. Let's see what's going on. Two cards for Virgo. For the highest good. This is for Virgo for the highest good. One more card. Good, 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 good. Very nice. Hold on, you guys. Let me just fix my mic here. Alright, so you got staying focused. Hold the course. Wow. So I truly believe that you are definitely trying to be really focused right now on everything that's going on. That's good, you guys. Hold the course, okay? Don't let nothing sway you around, you know. Don't let anything, you know, take you away from that focusing, okay? Because you need that. You also have grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. So, you know, Virgos, I don't really have to tell you really too much about this because I know you do have a lot of gratitude. You know, for everything, big and small. You're blessed. You have a lot of gratitude, okay? No matter what, always have gratitude because it does help you a lot, you know, and you know, a lot of people don't really understand that, you know, even the smallest things are like, you know, blessed, being blessed. So have gratitude, okay? All right, so Virgo, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Virgo, 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 Virgo. All right. What's going on for this week. One card for the current for Virgo. If you hear music in the background, it's because I have two little birdies and they are taking their nap and they like the soft music. One for the situation. Yes, I know. It's crazy, right? One for the past. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. One for what's hidden. Took an extra card there. One for the what hopes and fears. One for what you need to do now. One for what you need to work on. And the outcome. Wow. Okay. So really, really a lot of good things are coming in. I could see it and I feel it, you guys. It's nice. Alright, so let me put my sage over here. Okay. So you do start off with the Seven of Cups. I feel like you're dreaming about a lot of stuff, like wanting to you know, create something for yourself. I feel like you're gonna have some kind of opportunity here. There's a lot of wishful thinking, like I wish I had this, or what if I could do this and could do that, you know. And I really feel well, let's just see what the cards say right now, okay? Because there are going to be opportunities around you. You know, so let's see. You have the Eight of Pentacles here. The Eight of Pentacles is saying that, you know, you're reaching your material success. You will reach it. Just keep continuing to do what you're doing. You know, it's like you're working very hard towards what you want. And I feel like you will achieve it. You have the Eight of Pentacles here. The Eight of Pentacles, you know, he continuously does it perfectly. You know, because he knows what he wants. He wants that house in the bank. He wants that material success, and that's you trying to establish something, which is nice. We'll see why it's on here. I also feel like there could be you could be learning something new. I feel like you know, I feel like you're trying to master something. Wow. Okay. And then you have the Fool here for the past. The Fool is saying that there was a new beginning there's a new beginning here that started for you. Wow, that's nice. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity. You're very adventurous. You want to take a leap of faith of what's going on. You know, you just want to jump at it. You just want, you know, you're excited. You're ready for this new leap of faith. So that's nice. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities around you. You also have the Six of Pentacles up here. I feel like you need to keep everything balanced. I also feel like you're very giving. You could come into some kind of abundance also, but you're very generous. You know, you really like to share your wealth. I also feel like, you know, you could be like trying to decide on something to give, like trying to build so that you can establish yourself to give. Wow. Okay. Nice. I also feel with the Queen of Swords down here with the hopes and fears. I feel like you really need to really speak your truth, really be set clear boundaries, really stand up for yourself. You know, you have better direct communication. I also feel like you know, you understand now more. You're like really seeing things clearly. With the Page of Cups here in the, oh, you can't see it. Let's see. I can do this. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. I'm going to put this here. Well, I'll show it to you. Can't move everything around here, but I'll show it to you. You have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups could be about, you know, having somebody new in your life, feeling that, you know, those feelings, you know, like, you know, flirty, flirtatious, you know, kind of thing. I also feel like there's going to be a lot of news and messages for you. I feel like you really need to pay attention to your dreams. I feel like you're ready, for something new. You want that something new also. We'll see why it's here. With the Ace of Swords here, and this is really nice because this is that new beginning that's coming through. You have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles here, and the Fool. That's like a big time moving forward on a new journey, so it's good. The Ace of Swords is here, and it's saying, you know, be truthful about things. You know, I feel like there's some kind of breakthroughs here. I also feel like you could have some kind of conflict within you, but there's a truth here that you maybe need to speak of, or maybe you're keeping on the down low about, or you're not really saying something about some kind of information. I feel with the Ace of Pentacles for the outcome, I feel like there is abundance here. I feel like you could be getting more than what you expected. You are definitely on the right path. You're manifesting what you create, what you want. I also feel like there's financial opportunities. I feel like there's a new, like this opportunity is going to bring you to something big. So it's nice. So let's see what the cards say, okay? Virgo, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is going to be for Virgo. This is for Virgo. Virgo. Why is the Seven of Cups here? Alright, so you do have the Nine of Cups here. I mean, the Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. So, okay, so what I feel with the Seven of Cups, I do feel like you want so much. You know, with the Seven of Cups, there's a decision that you're trying to make. You know, don't give up on your dreams. I feel like you know, you're doing a lot of wishful thinking. Like, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do it all. I wish I could be over there. I wish I could be over here and do this and do that. You know, I feel like there is a lot of daydreaming, but I also feel like you're going to have opportunities that you're going to have to choose from. With the Eight of Swords, I feel like sometimes you feel like you're stuck in the same place and that you want something different. Like you know, you're like wondering, like, oh gosh, you know, if I left here, what would I do? Where could I go? What can I do? What can I do differently? You know, because for some reason I feel like this is career wise that I feel like you're stuck. You feel like sometimes, like, you know, you can't move forward. And I feel like you will because, you know, Virgo, you're very established. You know how to create things because you do have the Nine of Pentacles here. With the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like you're very independent. You know, you've been working on yourself. You've been trusting yourself. But I feel like you know how to make things happen. You know, like establishing yourself. You know, you're that smart. You're that wise. You know, also feel like you know how you like the finer things in life, and you do what you have to do, even if it's a difficult task, you still continue to do it, and you stay there because you're reaping the results from it, and it's good. But you know, you need to try to really make your decision and make up what you want to do, because you are in like some kind of like daydreaming, like, you know, really wanting to change things and do it differently, but you seem like you have a choice. Like you don't want to leave because oh, you're making the money here. So, it's like you just go on with whatever it is that you're doing. Like if you're feeling trapped, you're still going to go on with it because the money is good. You're reaching that material success. Wow. And then you have but I do feel like there is abundance coming through, but it's just that you need to make that choice. And you need to stop daydreaming. Like if because everybody has a choice in life. If you decide to do something, it's because it's gonna make you happy. It's gonna make you do something different. And I know that sometimes that the money is good but you also have to be happy too. You have to be happy. And so far, every decision that you've made, whether they're good or bad, it still was a decision, and it still led you to something good. Okay, so remember that. You have the Eight of Pentacles here, and why is the Eight of Pentacles here? One more card. Nice. All right, Virgo. So with the Knight of Wands and the Justice card together, I feel like that you are definitely trying to make some kind of decision, and it's a difficult decision. I feel like you really need to slow down a little bit, because I feel like you're trying to rush decisions, like trying to hurry up and get into what you need to do so that you can make the money and then keep going. Like you just need to slow down. Just really see all your options before taking any action on anything. Don't rush into anything, okay? I also feel like for you to be fair, to balance everything out with the Justice card, I feel like you just really need to be cautious, on what you want, because remember, you're trying to make yourself happy, but you need to find that balance. Like, don't just rush on things, don't just rush on these decisions. You really need to find balance between your work, what you want. It's I know it's hard, but because you're gonna have a lot of opportunity. You're gonna have opportunity, but it's like your heart is telling you one thing, but your mind is telling you another. Do you kind of understand? I'm trying to see how I can tell you that. They want you to be open. They want you to be objective. Use that adventurous energy to like really see things. Okay. You will have the answers with the Justice card and the Knight of Wands. You will have the answers to what you're looking for. You will have clarity. Just be mindful of your actions, okay? Be mindful of all your actions and what you're doing. Your actions and your emotions. Try to think clearly and objectively also, okay? But try to keep your balance between like your heart and your mind, okay? Is what I'm trying to say. Because it's like you want two different things, and you're like put in a corner. Like, okay, am I gonna go do this? Am I gonna stay and make that money? Or am I going to work for that money? Am I going to stay and make it for that money? Or am I going to follow my heart and go somewhere else to, for the passion, for the love, to make myself happy? And you got to look at that, okay? So, wow, that's big. Thank you, Spirit Guides. You also have the Fool card for the past, and I truly believe that there is a new beginning here. You take a leap of faith, I feel like there's opportunities around you, and you're going on a new journey. You have the Six of Pentacles here. And why is the Six of Pentacles here for you? One more card. You have the Hangman and you have the King of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Hangman, you need to step back and look at things differently. You've been very giving, very very loving, trying to balance your finances. You've been sharing, you've been generous, but now it's time to balance your finances. Now it's time to look at everything that you need to, okay? I feel like you need to step back and look at everything before you make any decisions, before you make any choices, because it is going to bring you the abundance. Wherever you go, you're going to have that abundance. But, you really need to look at things the way you want to, okay? Look at things objectively. Look at things the way, differently, okay? Because I feel like you also need to have patience. And really just watch your finances, because I feel like the abundance, like with the King of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles here, I feel like you really just need to watch your finances, and how you spend it. With the King of Pentacles, I feel like you're trying to establish yourself, trying to create a strong foundation for yourself, and you will, because I feel like there is some kind of abundance coming in, and you've been working very hard, Virgo, and you're gonna reap the rewards, which is very nice. And then you have the Queen of Swords down here, and why is the Queen of Swords here for Virgo? Wow. Yep, you're really contemplating on this decision that you're trying to make. You're in your mind a lot about, what I want to do. You're contemplating a very difficult decision. You really need to pay attention and listen to yourself, to your heart, really go within, Virgo. Try to get, that downtime and really think about things, write them down on a paper and be very objective about it. I feel like you're very direct, you're very truthful. You want a lot of different things, but you're also very strong-willed also. And I feel like, at times, there's a lot of times where you don't stand up for yourself, and you really need to stand up for yourself. Like, speak your mind about things that you want. You could be also overly emotional sometimes. Maybe you're homesick, or maybe you're just emotionally, thinking about everything, the past memories and stuff like that. But I feel like you're very strong-willed, you're very direct, and you're gonna set clear boundaries. And I feel like you're very independent too. You know how to do things. Once you do this choice, I feel like you're gonna go towards this Ten of Cups, which is the Ten of Cups is about being happy, going towards happiness, moving towards happiness, thinking positive, really think about everything, okay? Because I know you want to be with your friends and family. I don't know who I'm talking to, but you want to be with your friends and family, somebody you care about. But it's like you're in a hard place right now. Do I go there, or do I make the money? And you really have to contemplate on that, okay? Really think about everything. I always say trust your intuition, but I'm not going to say, it is a given that you have to trust your intuition because you're intuitive and you're looking at tarot readings. But you also have to trust your heart. You trust yourself on your decisions, because it's always brought you to something better, something good. Okay, so just know that. And then you have the Page of Cups here for what you need to work on. And not what you need to do now. Why is the Page of Cups here? No card. So okay, so something has come to an end in your life. Okay, some kind of situation, could have even been a relationship, but definitely something has come to an end. It was painful, it was hurtful, it was like, wow, how could I have gone through this? But you did, and you overcame it. Okay, so remember, because this Ten of Swords becomes a 1, so it's good. There's that new beginning, because it's calling out here. There's a new beginning here. There's a new thing coming in. Okay, because remember what I always say, when there's an ending, there's a new beginning. So just know that. With the Page of Cups here, with the Page of Cups, I feel like you need to pay attention to your dreams. Okay, because a lot of people don't know this, but when we dream things, that's our self-conscious. That's our what we're, our mind, like, trying to tell us something, our body, our soul, our spirit guides trying to give us these messages. And they want you to pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to those numbers that you're seeing, the 333, 1111, 1212, 1010, stuff like that. Look them up, because those are messages from your angels. But there is definitely some kind of intuitive messages there in your dreams. I also feel like you're going to be receiving messages and also news, so be ready. But I also feel like you need to follow your heart, like you need to pay attention to it. I feel also too like you're in the first stages of a relationship. I feel like you're feeling like very happy in love, and it's just like flirty. I also feel with the Six of Cups that you're going through a healing. You're going through a healing because of this Ten of Swords. You have these Six of Cups. You're thinking about everything that you've been through, what you've done in your life, everything. Being very nostalgic. But the Six of Cups, I feel like there is some kind of apology coming through, or somebody's going to come back. You know, you're going to see somebody again. I definitely feel like that. But really, just know that you are going through healing, and you are going to go forward in this, because you're making this decision, and that's what's going to lead you to this new beginning. So really pay attention to what you're doing. Don't rush into decisions, is what they're saying. And why is the Ace of Swords here for Virgo? One more card. Wow. So, you have the Ace of Swords here, and there is some kind of, there was a lot of new ideas, maybe you had a lot of clarity, maybe there was a lot of breakthroughs. There's also a truth that you saw. You know, you saw a lot. You understand a lot now. You could have also been holding on to some kind of conflict, you know, some kind of anger. But I feel like you're leaving that, because you have the Knight of Cups. You know, the Knight of Cups is about, you know, feeling the like emotions of love, of, you know, they don't want you to harden your heart, you know, because of all the painful situations that you've had with this Ten of Swords up here. You know, they want you to, you know, open your heart also, you know, and don't harden your heart. With the Knight of Cups, I feel like you do need to trust your intuition and take a big leap of faith. Like take a chance on things, you know, even though you're unsure, try to take a chance, because you never know, you know, and that's what they're telling you. And that's something you need to work on. The Two of Pentacles is saying that, you know, you're doing a lot. You're trying to do a lot. You know, you're overly thinking. You're thinking about these choices. You're talking to people. You know, you could even be having somebody new in your life. But you're doing a lot. You know, in your work, you're overworking. You're trying to keep all your priorities on top, but you're tired. You're tired. And, you know, it's like you're juggling everything. Like, okay, I gotta go to work, I gotta go do this, I gotta go be on the phone, I gotta talk here, I gotta do this, I gotta go over here, I gotta go do, oh, I gotta send this, oh, and I gotta go and do this, oh, and I gotta go buy this, and, you know, and it's like you're very overwhelmed with a lot, and I want you to work on that, okay, because it's like you're trying to juggle a lot, and you need to take the time to just stop and take time for yourself, because all this matters. All this, what you're doing, matters. Yes, you could be making the money. Yes, you could be doing, but are you happy? Ask yourself, am I happy? Am I happy what I'm doing? Am I happy where I'm at? You know, be objective. See everything for what it is, because there is that decision that you're going to be making very, very soon, and it's going to affect you. And once you do make this decision, the doors are going to start opening. Your opportunities are going to start coming through. You're going to be going towards this happiness. You know, because right now you're feeling like very overwhelmed. Right now you're feeling like, you know, you're just in your mind about what am I going to do next? You know, how am I going to do this? What do I do? You know, so, wow. I feel like you do know what you want. I really, truly feel like you do know what you want. You just haven't spoken it out loud or said anything about it. You have the Ace of Pentacles here, and why is the Ace of Pentacles for the outcome here? Wow. My card. Wow. Okay, so you're really remember, Virgo, you know how to manifest everything, okay? You know how to create stuff. You have the Magician card here, and the Magician is saying that you know how to put stuff together. You create stuff, you make things work when they need to. You find a job when you need to. You go and find a house when you need to. You find a car when you need to, because that's just the way you are. You're like the Magician. You have all the tools to create what you want in life. Just know that. And that's what they're trying to tell you. You know, you have everything that you want. You know, every time you say, oh, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to do, you manifest it. You know, and it brings it to life. Because why? Because you have all the tools. You have the wisdom, you have the strength, you have the ability, the capability, the passion for what you want. And they're telling you, do what you want to do. Follow your heart, because you always have the tools. You're like the Magician here. You have the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles is saying there is abundance coming through for you. You are on the right path where you're supposed to be. You're going to have a lot of creative ideas. You're going to have opportunities. You're going to have a new career. You're going to have prosperity, and there's a new journey here. You're going in a new direction. And I also feel with the Eight of Wands, pay attention, because there's going to be a lot of news and messages coming through, and a lot of changes. And I also feel like things are going to start moving very fast for you. So be ready. This is very nice. Wow. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff. Remember to contemplate all your decisions, Virgo. Okay. And it looks really good. You're on your way to success, more success. All right, Virgo. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. God bless.